Hello, and welcome to VOD of Consciousness with Sientir. I'm Sientir, and welcome to the Eye of the North. You can support me on my Patreon at patreon.com/Sientir, by the way. So last time we finished the what did they call it? Northern Allies, which made Ogden extremely happy. I've decided I wanted to go back to a Mesmer-themed build because I really like the power of spreading days around, so Stunning Strike plus Epidemic. And we need to go meet up with Jalis Ironhammer. That is kind of our mission, quest, whatever you want to call it right now. I do want to show you actually something that's around this way. We need to go up that direction up there where my mouse is wiggling. But if we go over here by the Vanguard Petmaster, I guess, we will come to a very peculiar little place, Gwen's Garden. This area has a pre-steering style tree, some pre-steering style architecture, and interestingly enough, red iris flowers spawn here. So, you might recall I was collecting these in pre-steering Ascalon quite a bit, but this area actually, I think it might actually use some pre-steering style assets. But these are some trees that are reminiscent of pre-steering Ascalon. I don't know if this well is or not, but like these gates and stuff, and that arch and things, these are reminiscent of pre-steering Ascalon, and you've got a lot of flowers and stuff here. So this is a cool little area that I just wanted to take a moment to show off, since we were coming right by this anyway. But for now, we need to go see Jalis Ironhammer. Also, I need to issue a correction. I can't show you it right now because I'm not in the or in an outpost. But Jorah is available as a hero. I just don't have her. I think she probably becomes a hero when you first join, or first enter the Eye of the North area. So, I just wanted to issue a correction on that front. There was absolutely no reason to get that, because we're just going straight into the Battledepths over here. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing today beyond getting those things. I do want to talk to the Beacon of Drockner. I don't remember the best way through. These guys have Vow of Silence. Vow of Silence prevents you from casting spells, but also prevents spells from being cast on you. On the other hand, these things are not especially durable, so whatever. I would cast Empathy on them, otherwise is the main thing, I suppose you could say, about why I bring that up. Looks like we need to go over that way. Might have been... I'm trying to remember my geography. I don't remember if this is the best way to get to them or not. It might be that it's better to go from Olafstead, actually. I legitimately don't remember. It might be kind of like equivalent both directions too, so I don't know. The fact that we have like so many physical attackers does kind of render... Stop using QZ. Wow, that thing's... Okay, now it's attacking. The 43s were the damage from Empathy. Yeah, once it gets the Vow up, it can't be targeted by spells anymore. But we have so many physical attackers that it's not really an issue. Gilded Edge is a sword, for anyone wondering. Sometime I'm going to need to go into Sorrow's Furnace. Just seeing sort of the appearance of this area made me think of that. It's not really relevant, but here we are. Excuse me about the hiccup there. We're going to want to pick up a couple quests when we get there. I remember that. There's no real reason to daze that thing. I was just tired of seeing this floating around. Yeah, I forget exactly where this is going to lead us. Does this take us to the... This takes us to the chamber. I'm not sure how well equipped we are to deal with it or not. How quickly does the main plot advance? It's been a very long time since I've done the Eye of the North stuff. And I don't especially remember the story as well as I would like. That one can go get itself empathied up, I suppose. I just don't have a whole lot to say at the moment. This is just like, okay, I guess we're killing some chilling wisps. Sure, why not? Oh, goodness, that is painful. Let's spread out a little bit. There we go. Just shut that guy down. Mystic Vigor is a bit awkward with Vow of Silence. Oh, these are Onslaught. Onslaught's a very different skill. I mean, a completely different skill than Vow of Silence. Onslaught increases your movement, speed, and attack damage, and I think adrenaline gain. Those are Ironjaw. So yeah, there's a bunch of dwarves in here. You'll notice High Priest Alcar up there. He will have, at some point, he will develop a quest for us. Ah, apparently I've walked into a cutscene.
Arise, Ogden Stonehealer. We thought you lost. How do you fare?
We have killed many destroyers, sire.
And you have raised an army to do this?
This is my army, my liege.
I think he's talking about us.
Ogden has proved invaluable in battling the destroyers. We would have been lost without him.
Yes. Yes, you have done well. Very well indeed.
I am sorry I could not gather more allies, my liege.
It is not the size of the army that matters, but the strength in their hearts. And you have gathered the strongest warriors in the land. Come. My forces have traveled far to reach you, but the road before us is longer and harder still. From here we shall launch our final assault on the destroyers. This will be our base. You have done well, Ogden Stonehealer. We are indebted to you and your allies.
I wonder if we'll ever, in Guild Wars 2, encounter King Jalis Ironhammer. Like, I know he's a summon thing, but where's our High Stone? Yes. So he says, some time ago, King Jalis sent my brother Earl north to gather intelligence on the Stone Summit's movements up here. My brother and I have had our differences, to be sure, but after that debacle in Saros Furnace, he reformed and dedicated his life to the service of Duena. I've come up here with King Jalis in the hopes of seeing Earl and perhaps sharing a tankard or 20 of ale with him. Here's Rothgar. He's a merchant. I don't need these red iris flowers. We can technically give one to Gwen for a quest, though, so maybe I'll hang on to them for now. So you'll notice I moved those around. If I go over to sell, okay, they are properly moved around, but if I was on the sell tab and moved them, they wouldn't. So, could I have brought... I don't know. Let's talk to him. It says, you have done well. Thanks to your efforts, we have potential allies and a base from which to launch a counterattack against the destroyers. And he gives us a bunch of stuff. So this guy wants us to bring him destroyer cores, and then he'll give us some useful skills. He says, I know more of the Tomb of Rubicon than any of my predecessors, and have written a sanitized version of that ancient text. King Jalis requested that I perform my destroyer research practically at his side, so I may relay my findings without delay. I could use your assistance to speed up the process. Bring me any destroyer cores you find out there, and I'll compensate you. So we need to bring him like 3 destroyer cores. So I can grab those from my bank. Unfortunately, I didn't think that I would need them with me. So, whoops. So he says, my brother, Earl Highstone, was once in the Stone Summit, but he reformed and has become a follower of the human god Dwayna. King Jalis asked him to infiltrate the Stone Summit as it moved north, and for the most part, its members have been pretty quiet until now. Earl sent word that the summit has gotten wind of our arrival here in the far Shiverpreaks. He believes they plan to attack our encampment. Earl will arrive soon to confirm his report. Will you lend your prowess and defend our enclave should the need arise? Sure, I will play defense. So I think we can actually just do that right now. There's one other named dwarf, and I want to see if he says anything special. The destroyers will learn the same lesson the Stone Summit learned. Deldrimmer cannot be defeated. Okay, so since I'm here and all, I might as well just talk to this guy. And say I am ready, and let's defend this camp, shall we? So we're going to be attacked by... Oh, yeah, I know what that's about. We're going to be attacked by a bunch of destroyers. Or no, by a bunch of Stone Summit in a bit here. I think it should go okay. Okay, apparently I need to ask Orzar here when he'll arrive. Okay, cool. He says, just sit on your shield a moment. Earl should be here soon. I don't remember how hard this is. And Earl says, Orzar, did you get my message? My brother, I have. What news? The Stone Summit are on your doorstep. Their attack will begin at any moment. Literally, any moment is now. Earl is over there. I think we just have to defeat them. So I don't remember how hard this is. Okay. This guy needs to go down. I don't think there's any requirement that any of the dwarves have to, quote, survive. They got better about not adding that stuff as you go later on, because it turns out most people found it to be very obnoxious. So what you kind of do, as I recall, is you just kind of pick a corner and contain it. And that's kind of how this works. Nasher should go down. Actually, let's... oh, I don't have the energy for that. Okay, well, whatever. Dolyak Master needs to go down. Just trying to prioritize targets that are doing obnoxious things, like this guy that's raising minions, and I don't want him to do that. Only we should have minions. If they're raising minions, we can't raise minions, because corpses are kind of a shared resource. I'm really glad I have Cry of Frustration on my bar, by the way. It's proving to be extremely useful. Extremely useful indeed. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're building up a lot of DPS. As you can see, though, the dwarves out in the main hall are slowly dying out. They will slowly stop the forces, but I think there's no more spawns over here, so we're ready to move on and begin kind of cleaning up some of this other group, or these other groups of Stone Summit. You might remember when we were in the Boreless Pass, and I think the Frostgate too, actually. we had some Stone Summit stuff going on. So the Stone Summits certainly are a problem and continue to be a problem. Dwarven Battle Stance is obnoxious. Endure Pain is one of those weird skills where it's not especially... like, it's okay, but it's like temporary healing. Because it gives you temporary HP, right? And that makes you additionally durable for a little while, but that durability wears off. So it's the exact effectiveness is dubious, in my opinion. Well, that's probably kind of pointless, but whatever. You know, I just want to focus on Nard here. What a name, Nard. That's the first boss. Interesting. I don't remember how many boss enemies they have in the area. Come on, use arrows. I believe does additional damage against people who are enchanted. Okay. That seems to have stopped those spawns. And Marin Steelfist says, Earl Highstone, you traitor snake. I should have known you'd sell us out. I'll roast your hide for this. And Earl says, blood is more precious than gold. I betrayed my brother once, but never again. And now we need to defeat... oh, goodness. We need to not get... Marin says, your life is mine, Earl Highstone. And Avatar of Dwayna says, and your soul mine. So Dwayna actually comes to claim the dwarf who pledged allegiance to her. And Earl says, Earl, no, Dwayna has taken him. So I think that's kind of an interesting bit of lore. That the Avatar of Dwayna actually comes to take the soul of this dwarf who professed faith in her. So that's actually really quite interesting, I think. Let's make sure everything's dazed up there. And we were victorious. Apparently there's still some Stone Summit that want to come down and chill. I don't know. Something feels like it's probably gotten off, but... anyway, so there's that. And Orzar over here says, Dwayna, why would you take my brother? We'd come to terms, he and I had forgiven him. What am I to do now? And he gives us stuff. But Earl's Hammer is interesting. It's a mass resurrection on all of your party that happens instantly, but it's a temporary one. So there's a monk spell called Vengeance, which it does basically the same thing. It resurrects an ally. It's a fairly quick one. Actually, I can just show you. I have monks in my party. So it doesn't require any attributes investment. 4-second cast time is reasonable, but it says bring target dead party member back at full health and full energy. That's really strong. They also will deal 25% more damage for 30 seconds, but when the enchantment on them ends, they die. But they don't get any death penalty from that. So this is very strong. At one point in time, Unyielding Aura was an elite version of that, but it's now a very different spell. I think the PvP version is still the elite version of Vengeance, actually. But, yeah, so that's a very strong effect, needless to say. But because it's a temporary resurrection, it's not something I tend to use. Great Dwarf Weapon is really good, but notice that it says target other ally. So it's a weapon spell, which normally is ritualist only. So it's not an enchantment, so it can't be removed. I guess I haven't really gone over the different types, but I don't know. But it says for 20 seconds, target other allies' weapon strikes for plus damage and has a 30% chance to cause knockdown. This part is real good. Like, it plus 16 damage is really strong, and the chance to knock down is very strong too. Yeah, I will take this too. So he says, poor Earl, at least he is with Dwayne now. I want the summit who did this to taste the pain of my vengeance, even if it is not by my hand. I've promised to remain here to defend the encampment. Here's a thought. You go to that vile camp and dispense bloodshed to the Stone Summit that the Stone Summit riches deserve. Bring those murderers to justice. Revenge is best served with cold, cold steel and fire. So yeah, we just have to go into... Oh, I accidentally clicked off of it. In the service of revenge. So this is where we get a bunch of dwarven skills. And so we find the Stone Summit camp concealed in Drakkar Lake and eliminate them for that quest. I'm not going to do that one right now, but I am going to go to Varajar Fells to see where this pops out at. Because needless to say, this is a bit closer to the camp. Specifically. So we are way over here. So is it quicker to go through here or to go here and like through the underground? That's the fundamental question that I do not know the answer to. I kind of want to find out. Diamonds are really worth hanging on to. I'm not going to go to the merchant there because I don't want to accidentally do something I'm not wanting to do. This area is very maze-like and filled with griffins. Not the best for farming, though. They're, in fact, blessed griffins. Oh, I hit wrong buttons. That's okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, we just got swarmed by dudes. That makes this area less appealing. I want to step outside of the Symbol of Wrath. A very interesting spell that's just not worth dealing with. Yeah, no spell breaker for you. What is even going on here? There, just mass days. Mass days should help. Actually, these things are... Oh, these Mistfight here use... Okay, sure. Yeah, they can do that. Sure, why not? There must be something screwing with adrenaline gain. Okay. Well, that was slightly unpleasant and slightly unexpected. I'm just going through here to kind of see what the path back to Ulfstead is like, to see if it would be better to go through the route that I initially took to get there, or if it's better to go from Ulfstead. Because I legitimately don't know the answer, and I'm curious to know the answer. And apparently we aggroed some random white wolves. Okay. Okay, so I guess we can dodge around these imps. I'm not sure how much we're going to get ambushed by some of those things. Once I get back to Ulfstead, I'm going to go ahead and call the episode there, though. Yeah. All of the eye, by the way, is an effect that makes us... that tells us that there's... an additional special quest for us, or the plot will advance if we go back to the Eye of the North, is, I guess, the best way to describe that. So, actually, I really appreciate that that sort of dungeon area takes us underneath the mountains. I think that's really kind of cool. I don't care about my heroes getting caught. I'm just going to make my way all the rest of the way up here to Ulfstead. I don't know why I'm going all the way back there. But I think it's cool that we were able to go in here and come out here. I like it when maps connect like that. And here we are at Ulfstead. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this episode to a close. Oh, you can see a portal over there. So until next time, everyone, Take care. Bye-bye.